together. What actions do you plan to take about the following issue? What do you hope to make priorities for your first term? What committees will you request? And what causes will you join? Mayor Chavez.
My priorities are simple. One, job creation. That's the #1 problem in America, and the #1 contributor to inequality of opportunity is we don't have jobs. Two, once we fix our deficit, and it'll get fixed either because we will collapse or we will do it thoughtfully, the Democratic way, not letting Republicans fix this deficit, we're still going to have the fundamental problem. We are no longer competitive in a global economy. We're not going back to the 70s, 80s, and 90s. None of us want to go back to the last decade economically. So I want to work closely on education so that we have product, kids that are critical and analytical thinkers, and then work to have a clean energy future. And I'm the only candidate that's actually done these types of things in practice, and that's what I'll do in Washington. Two committees I'd like to join. One is defensive, practical, armed services. We need Kirtland Air Force Base, and I'm proud that Martin Heinrich selected that as one of his committees. And then the second, which I think is the key to our entire economic future here in the Middle Rio Grande Valley, is the energy department. It's taking the wind and the sun and the technology off the labs, wetting them, putting them together, and creating wealth. I will join whatever caucus will be willing to talk to me, to have me. I'm probably more in line with the New Dems. That's what Martin Heinrich is. I think they're doing the most cutting-edge, thoughtful work. I will join the Hispanic caucus because I'm very proud as a native son of America, of Albuquerque, to be Hispanic. It's who I am, it's who my children are. I'm an American first, but I think it's important that young people growing up everywhere, of all backgrounds, see Latinos, see Hispanos strong and in positions of policy making.
Senator Griego.
So first, as I mentioned, we've got to take some bold actions on clean jobs. We've got to set a cap on any new coal-fired power plant starting. I mean, it's not looking like many are coming online, but the industry is trying to find ways to make that happen. We've got to invest substantially in green infrastructure, transmission infrastructure. Hopefully in Sandia, developing some of the storage technologies we're going to need if we're going to make solar and wind viable. That's going to take some real money. We have to first and foremost push back on the Ryan budget, which is putting Medicare on the table, and say absolutely not. Medicare is off the table. Not everybody in this race believes that. I believe it has to be off the table, other than going after fraud and abuse, which I think we would all agree on. Social Security, we cannot and we must fight raising the retirement age for our seniors. You know, that's just crazy. But the one change I would support would be to remove the cap on Social Security taxes for folks making $160,000 or more. Those are all things that are going to require really pushing folks to work together on that. Again, a coalition. Unfortunately, in the Congress, you can't do things unilaterally. You got to work in coalition with folks. In terms of the committees, you know, energy and commerce is a very, very important one. It's tough for a freshman to get on. Natural resources, which deals with a lot of Native American issues and a lot of environmental issues, is another top pick of mine. I hope that I will be able to get a seat, as Congressman Heinrich has, either on Armed Services or Veterans Affairs. I'm proud to be from a family of veterans. My dad, my grandfather, my sisters, my brothers. So we need to fight to not just send them into battle, but when they come back to take care of them. And I'm happy to, and we have 90,000 of them in this district. So those are some of the things I'm going to fight for. But you know, again, to get that done, none of us, no matter what we take credit for, is going to be able to do that alone. The broad coalition of labor and conservation and social justice and national progressive groups who are behind me, the broadest coalition of anyone in any race this cycle in New Mexico, is what we're going to need to not just win this primary, but win the general, hold the seat in 2014, and pass real change in the United States Congress.
Commissioner Grisham.
Thank you. While I agree that Energy and Commerce is a tough committee, it is a critical committee, and I would really fight to get on. And I think with my 20 years of healthcare background, and I'm the only candidate that's a private small business owner, this is also a committee that really focuses on the foundation of the economy, not only in the country, but particularly right here in this district. Small, local, homegrown businesses. So I would really work hard to be on energy and commerce so that you have that diversity in your effort. I agree that the Armed Services Committee is important. I was the honorary air commander for the Air Guard here at Kirtland. That relationship between Sandia and Kirtland and the opportunity to really not just talk about a clean energy economy in Albuquerque, and frankly for the whole district, occurs if we can create that environment. I would like to create a new caucus. It just takes 10. So let's have a caucus that talks about community health. I mean, in the dynamic where we're trying to do more about creating affordable, accessible health care, as we're moving to single payer, we cannot afford to let people wait. I don't know about you, but I'm telling you, my mom can't wait. She can't afford to make the copay under Medicare, even through UNM Cares, for some of the treatments and procedures that she needs. And I don't know about you, but my daughter, who's a retail management, can't wait to go back to college, and she doesn't have the resources to take out those loans and then have no hope for a job, and she's about 1 year away of having no health insurance. She can't wait. So what you have to do in Congress with these coalitions is you need to be able to demonstrate that you can create the kind of change that we're all espousing and get it on the ground. And I am really proud to tell you that I'm the only candidate that when Republican administrations come in, or when you work in a Republican administration, the changes that I've fought for and created are still there. And that's the kind of environment that we need if we're going to change this dynamic.